been a while, but we're back with a new video finally. Today we've got back at my house now. I'm going to leave. I'm going to film the rest of the intro in the car while I've taken the pre, just because I have a lot more energy. I wonder fucking why. Yeah, so I'll see you guys in the car. So unfortunate turn of events. I arrived at the gym. I ate my bananas, I ate my Rice Krispie treats. I get to the gym and my other phone is missing. So I'm heading home now, unfortunately. The carbohydrate timing is going to be a bit off. Hopefully, because for breakfast I had oats, my digestion slowed down. Start taking the pre now. I took 2 pills of alpha GBC, which is like a nootropic focus ingredient. I just needed free shipping for something, so I thought I'd just throw that in at about 500 milligrams. So we'll see like if I feel any fucking difference at all, really. But today we have back and abs, but abs is fucking kind of an afterthought, you know. I finished abs within like 20 minutes. I'm gonna be doing it a little bit differently today. Instead of just cutting to me talking over the lift, I'm gonna have like probably like a classic like little edit. After that, it's just gonna be me explaining. It won't be my voice over the footage, it'll just be like footage over my voice, basically. Just the addition of these lifting straps back has become like might be my favorite day, honestly, over chest is great, but it recently, because I've been trying to hit 140 as soon as possible, it's all really just powerlifting for chest, only really bench for chest. That's all I really do, and some dips. For back, it's just all bodybuilding movements. I like to start with the lats and then move on to the upper back, traps and rhomboids and shit like that. And recently I kind of just do muscle group first, get that out of the way, and do the other muscle group. I kind of learned that from Sulek. I just feel like it works better, you know? So I just want to give a quick update and then I'll go on to the pre. An update what's going on. I've been sick for this past week, so the bulk has slowed the fuck down. It's pretty bad. Past week I've kind of brought my bench back to where it was so that I can actually, you know, progress. Training bench every 2 days basically, sometimes more rest than the others, but that's basically so that I can, you know, it's powerlifting only. It's so that I can get my bench up as quickly as possible, because I'm sick of being fat. I'm really sick of being fat, and I want to be decently lean by December. So I want to have like at least 2 months before December that I can cut. And if I don't bench 140 by October, I'm basically fucked. I really got to keep sleep up. I think sleep is the #1 thing that's keeping my bench down. I don't know if I should do an aggressive cut or just like a little bit like easier, you know, maybe drop to maintenance, then drop it every now and then, or I could just go straight in, boom, 2,500 calories, 2,300, 2,200, stuff like that. So I'll have to some time in to decide that. That's enough yapping from fucking me. Let's move on to the actual fucking gym. Okay, I've taken my pre. Took some salt. I just keep some salt in the fucking car. Sometimes I'll forget and I'll be midway through the workout and I'll be like, fuck, I'm dehydrated. I'm bouncing off the pre right now. I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna walk on the treadmill for like 2 minutes just to get the body nice and warm. Of course, we're gonna go onto some fucking lat pull downs. My favorite exercise for the back. I think I'm gonna buy my own fucking handle, because if you see in the footage, it's fucking like rubbery handles, bro. The fuck, I hate that shit. Especially with lifting straps, fuck. I'm thinking about it right now, it just makes me want to cringe. Maybe I'll buy my own handle. I put up on the screen how much they are. They're probably fucking stupid expensive. I can't afford them, but hey, live and learn. We live, we love, we lie. We live, we love, we lie. I can even flex my lats right now. I don't know, this alpha GVC is making me, I can like, you know, I can communicate now. I don't like spending too much time on the pre, because then I'll get to the end of my workout and then the pre will, I kind of just want to get in there, I want to pull the steering wheel right off, you know. Few people here, it's Monday and it's raining. It's kind of, you know, cool conditions, but Monday isn't a good day, you know. That's when the gym regulars are surrounding, you know. But we'll make do. I'll see you guys in there. Enough yapping from me once again.
I feel like shit. Had a long ass drive up here, man. Long ass few days, like stressful ass days. But that's not gonna stop me. The only thing that's gonna stop me is myself. That's the only thing that will stop you. There's not always a second chance, bro. You don't always get a second chance. It's not how the fucking world works. As much as you want it to, it's not how it works. So you gotta take every fucking opportunity and you gotta grab it, you gotta fucking squeeze it and lift it the fuck up.
So I just had like the most random motivation to just finish off this video. Basically, I just need to talk about the lifts and I'll overlay some footage of it. I just need to explain what I do and stuff like that. So starting, when I get to the gym, these back days, I think it's also shoulder days, I get on that treadmill and I just walk like at a decently fucking fast pace for like a minute or two, just till I start fucking breathing, heart starts pumping. So I don't want to just walk in there from having chilled the whole time and then to all of a sudden fucking killing myself on the weights. That just seems a bit silly to me. Today I went off the treadmill actually and I started doing some pulling on the cable, very lightweight, obviously no fatigue. Just tried that out. It felt a bit better going into the lifts after that. Of course, it started out with the classic lat pull down. I mean, who the fuck doesn't do lat pull down? If someone tells me their back routine, lat pull down's not there, I'm very confused. I'm like, what the fuck? A lot of people fuck it up and they get it wrong because they say, "Oh, dude, I'm hitting the lats." But in reality, that's not at all the case. We're doing this like thing where they swing back and they end up using their rear delts and their traps more than they are their lats. Lats still get a bit of stimulation, but you know, it's a lat pull down. It's not a rear delt traps lat pull down. Hit the lats, what I found, and I've checked on fucking line. You want to lean back a little bit and you just want to keep it there and just pull, obviously. If you see in the footage, of course I'm overlaying the footage of me yapping over here, you'll see that my grip isn't really that wide. I think you should have a wider grip. I just like doing the closer grip, but I think I have been trying a wider grip as we'll target the lower lats a bit more. You just lean back, you just stay there and you just pull. And I don't extend my arms fully because the lats really don't benefit from extending your arms out straight. Rather, I like to just, you know, keep a little bit of a bend. Ever since I started doing that, my lats just like started getting way more pumped up as usual. I noticed that with a lot of lifts is when you extend, it's more rear delts and traps. Like I'm going to talk about when I get to rear delts and traps. Because I like to start with lats, get all parts of the lats done with them. Then I start to go for upper back. Same with like if I were to hit back and biceps, which I don't anymore, or which I don't at this point in time. But if I were, you know, I get the back done with and then I'd do the biceps. Or if it was chest and triceps, I'd do the chest and then the triceps. Just because it feels better to me. I don't know why you'd fatigue the one part of the muscle and then give it so much of a break. Okay, moving on to the next lift, which is a low row. You just wanna, I try and position the seat as high as possible. This will target, I think, your upper lat. A row, if you look in the footage, I don't really extend and go like this. I see a lot of people going like this, twisting their torso. Bruh, like, think about your lat and the pulling. Look at this. What is this doing? It's actually lat. You're rotating your body for no reason. You're going to use like your lower back, your erectors, going to use some rear delts and shit. Not going to use your lats. Some of you motherfuckers, you just don't want to grow your lats. I don't know what the fuck. I like to extend it fully, not overextend it obviously, because that wouldn't benefit the lats. And just bring it here. There's no need to bring it here because the lats aren't involved. This is unilateral, taking a break in between arms, you know, 2 to 3 minutes basically, because I mean, if you're gonna go straight into the next arm, you're limiting your intensity. Because I train low volume, high intensity, my sets need to be as intense as possible because I don't get much of a shot, you know. After the 2 sets are done, there's nothing else, you know, so I've got to make it fucking count. That's why I take breaks in between arms and it evens them out, you know. One isn't getting more stimulation than the other. Then we move on to the last lat lift, which is a cable pullover with the rope. If you look in the footage, I only do 1 set of this just because I already fucked up my lats quite a bit, just as a finisher. I try to do like higher reps. I don't go that heavy weight and really focus on controlling the eccentric and stuff like that. 1 set. If I have to do 2 sets, it means I haven't trained hard enough that day. On the lat pull down, on the row, and on the cable pullover. Then we move on to the upper back. I only do 2 lifts. It's the T-bar row, chest supported. I would prefer to do a, you know, a sagittal plane row. I'll put like a picture on the screen what a sagittal plane row looks like. It's basically like, you know, for all the nerds and shit like that. But I can just imagine the fucking squeeze. Damn. Dream about that shit. Because the reason why I'd want to do that instead of the T-bar row is great, don't get me fucking wrong. You know, you're lying on your stomach here, breathing's like kind of difficult, so I can't really push as hard as I would have if it was a sagittal plane row, where you're just upright sitting there just fucking pulling. Fuck. Obviously prefer the sagittal plane row, but I do the T-bar. Yeah, T-bar row is still great, but you gotta make sure you look at the footage. By the way, the footage started off with my 1 set which was two plates and a 15, and that ended up not being too good. What ended up happening is I decided to get a different angle, and I put it on one of the bench presses, and someone didn't see it and they just knocked it the fuck over, so that fucked up that set. And I saw it happen while I was in my set, so it fucked me up mentally, so I wasn't able to push as hard as I would have on that set. So I ended up doing a second set, unfortunately, of 2 plates and a 10, which you'll see in the footage. But you'll see I like to overextend because, you know, I'm trying to hit the traps and rhomboids and the rear delts, the upper back, you know, so you got to really extend. And I lift my chest off the pad, but you don't want to lift your chest up off the pad before you start pulling. You want to start pulling and then lift your chest off the pad so you aren't using your fucking lower back and shit like that. And what I do is I do like this 1 set mechanical drop set of death, you know. So I do all the partials till I can't fucking move it at all, and then I just do shrugs till failure, and it really kills me. It really like depletes me, that set. I get off and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? That's why I only really do 1 set. If I were to do 2 sets, it's honestly just going to be junk volume at that point. I move on to finish the upper back, which is just a rear delt. I think they're called katana extensions. That's what they're called. For some reason, when I do them both arms at the same time, it just feels way better. I was doing the rear pec deck fly where you fucking go like this and shit like that, but I found out that uses more, you know, traps than rear delts, so I kind of quit that, even though it was a great exercise. For the rear delt flies, you just want to control. It's pretty fucking simple. There's nothing to it really. After that, of course, I train abs. I like to train back and abs because back is, I like to focus on back. I don't really like to add biceps because if I do biceps afterwards, biceps are fatigued because of pulling movements. And if I do biceps before, my back is, so one of them is just gonna fucking suffer. But if you like to do back and biceps together, that's perfectly fun. It's up to you, bro. Abs is like the quickest thing. You know, I hate training abs just because, you know, it's not, you don't feel pumped. They're painful sometimes. But the way I do abs, I think I've done them pretty well. Just doing a cable crunch, I seem to do 2 sets. It seems to be sometimes 3. I do sometimes 3 of these sets just because it's so weird. I reach failure, but it feels like I can still go like more, you know. Whereas like if I'm doing a bicep curl, I can feel my bicep is fucking dead. I can't do more. With abs, it feels like I can do another 20 reps, but I'm going, you know, what the fuck with the cable crunch. With the cable crunch, you just want to make sure that you're rounding your spine, because apparently that's how the abs contract the best. I end up doing like 20 to 30 reps on these. Didn't really film it, but I move over to what are they, leg ups? Fuck, I don't know what they're called. Put like footage of someone else doing them, just because I didn't record. You gotta make sure to round your spine. I used to put a dumbbell in between my feet, but I wasn't able to round my spine, and it was kind of just ego lifting with it, you know, doing like partials. But that was the back and abs day. It was pretty sick. Back training, you know, especially with lifting straps. You'll see in the footage with lifting straps. Get fucking lifting straps. Like you've never trained your back before when you get lifting straps. So yeah, that'll be the end of me yapping on about the back session now, and we're just gonna move on to me talking after the session. So a ton of time has passed from the session. She forgot to do a post-workout fucking talk. So yeah, it was a good session. Felt pretty. It was pretty pumped. The posing. Wow. You know, I just looked super fucking fat now, but I can see that there is some muscle behind all that fat. So I think, so it just makes me more excited for the cut. I just need to bench 140 as soon as possible so I can start this cut and be pretty lean by December. But yeah, thanks for watching this far in the video, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one.